lively game of the day. Spidy400 versus cpwarriors. Jake versus Jess.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, we have cpwarriors and Spidy400 battling it out in this Fog of War matchup on a Graffiti Gang. Now, this map is a triple-based airport comm tower support with a little bit of port support and lots of shoals in order to maybe get some black boat usage, maybe get some lander usage. Who knows, folks? Who knows? But we do have a pre-deployed black boat on the lab. We do not have an HQ on this map, so I think this is going to be a pretty good one. I followed this one like a day or so ago. I don't actually really know how it's going to play out, but I heard that it's a pretty good one, folks. So we're going to get right into it here and see what went down in the live league today. On the first few days, you all know the deal, you guys and girls, you know the deal. Over here on the Semi-Original Guy channel, it is the standard infantry builds. Got to get the infantry on the field. Number 1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Number 2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Utilizing that black boat to maximum effectiveness can definitely get some drops into the center of the map very, very quickly. I think that's super effective, you know? I don't know if it's really necessarily a great idea to try to grab any more of the contested properties in the center. This map definitely screams early recon to me. As you guys can see, cpwarriors already built the recon right here. And I think that's a pretty good play because we could potentially... Well, we have two options. We could send the recon here and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plop our way into the center over here, or we can go here and be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then jump over here. So maybe going into the center might get you over here a little bit quicker. Going over here is not a bad idea either. I think I'm out of that position. I think I might drop center, but we're gonna go over to the left, so that's perfectly fine. I wonder what Spidey is gonna do with this one. That is a good question here, folks. What's Spidey gonna do? Alright, he's gonna drop that recon right there. I think that's a pretty good spot considering that movement there. Beautiful play. Now, over the last few days, I have been trying to play as much live league as possible, you know, just finding games whenever I have moments. And I came across cpwarriors like a couple times, actually. We had some pretty good games, not gonna lie. I was pretty happy with the way that the games turned out. Some wins, some losses, but all in all, very nice plays, very nice games. And I played Spidy400 like quite a few times. I think probably at least 2 times over the course of our tenure over here on Advance Wars by Web. And he's a very crafty guy, folks. If you are not watching out for the Spidy400, you can get caught in the web very, very easily. Alright. So, still have no vehicle builds yet, aside from just the early recon. Kind of not really anything out of the ordinary with that. I mean, that's kind of standard when it comes to this map. It's not really super high income from the start, so you're not going to be seeing like really big builds anytime soon. That black boat is already almost out of fuel, which is super dangerous, folks. Super dangerous. And there's no port over on this side of the map in order to get a refuel by the looks of it here. Yeah, no, absolutely no port, sadly. So that guy is going to be in a little bit of trouble here pretty soon. Definitely here for a good time, not a long time. And we can see Spidey is now going over for the port on the left-hand side of the map. It looks like cpwarriors is also going to be going for the port. Boom, yeah, get that port. Definitely an easy capture, although it does look like Spidey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's a risky one. We are definitely in range of an interrupt to that port. I wonder if Spidey is going to be risky and brave and go for that interrupt. I think the interrupt is a pretty good idea, all things considered at the moment. Ooh, and you know what? Even though he built a tank, it's not going to be able to reach there in time. However, there is the possibility that if you do go in for this interrupt, interrupt this guy, you could get locked in with 2 infantry. Then you'd end up losing your recon, but you would deny income for a short period of time. Ooh, that's actually a really interesting place to put the recon on this map, because you get perfect vision of the airport. So you're going to know whenever your opponent builds battlecopters or anything out of that property. So that's cool. I like that. That's a neat little idea. Very good placement over here from Spidey. See, this is what I'm talking about with Spidy400. Crafty guy finds these wacky places to put his recons that just completely ruin your day, folks. And he has actually built the APC action-packed combat over here to refuel that black boat and get additional boosties for the old infantry boys. So very nice indeed. Map has definitely progressed quite a bit here. It looks like we have, like, both players are now starting to push the corner of the maps here. Very cool stuff. Spidey or CP Warriors definitely a little bit ahead on the corner pushing game, but Spidey bringing the tanks over, bringing like 5 infantry over, 2 backup on the way. Yeah, things are gonna get pretty dangerous over there in the corner. Now, Spidey's gone and built the anti-air. Now, I think he knows, or at least has a pretty good idea that CP Warriors has not actually built any air units yet, but this is more of a preemptive anti-air, you know, get it into position. Then when the air units do pop up that you have knowledge of, you can get your anti-air into a position that's going to very, very much help that situation. You know, you don't want to get caught off guard by battlecopters. It's not really a good time. Although there is one really nice thing about the battlecopters on this map, especially for the placement of the airport, and it's an immediate attack over here on this side of the map. You can build the battlecopter and you can go straight over here. It would take a very long time for anti-air to get down in this corner, so this entire corner can be completely denied by just 1 battlecopter for probably at least like 4 or 5 turns minimum. So let's see if we have that sort of an event happen here, folks. CP Warriors already pushing the corner, has almost all the properties acquired, could potentially get interrupt, has done an interrupt on Spidey attempting to capture his property, claiming territory that may or may not be his. I don't know, folks. We're going to see how this one goes as Spidey takes the wheel, moves the recon 1 square, and then moves down and captures a few more properties. Moves onto the mountain for additional vision, sees quite a bit of what's going on here, does not spot the tank, join caps, and then brings the tank over to attack that infantry. Now, very curious. I think this is more of an afterthought than anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gone in for the infantry hit first, but that's fine. You know, you got to think on the fly when it comes to Live League, folks. Sometimes you come up with a plan and you're like, wow, that plan is absolute garbage. I have to switch that plan like right now. I do it all the time, folks. I do it all the time. I come up with a plan and then 5 seconds later, I'm like, wait, this could be better, or this plan is bad, or like I'm gonna lose like all my units or something. You know, it's always hindsight is always 20/20, as they say, folks. That's what it is. Hindsight is 20/20. And we got a mech over here from CP Warriors. Very, very cool mech. Based mech buys. APC boosting that infantry, folks. Now, I think I might have said that that APC belonged to Spidey earlier, but it is definitely a CP Warriors APC. And if I didn't, well then, oh well. That's okay. Alright. Gonna acquire that comm tower now. Definitely a uncontested comm tower capture. That one's going to go through absolutely no problem. And we are also going to deny CP from getting the comm tower as well, which is pretty big, So we can see here that both players have gone for a completely different opening strategy. It's hard to say which one is paying off more at the moment, because Spidey will be able to acquire the comm tower, but will he be able to hold that corner for a long period of time with this overwhelming flood of infantry coming over to the right-hand side of the map? I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't think it's going to hold long term, but it doesn't look like CP Warriors is going down to attack the corner yet. Ooh, we are definitely... Yeah, we have it. Okay. All right, CP Warriors made a huge play here. Double arty build. And we have a tank, recon, 4 infantry, and an anti-air all pushing up into the corner. So any battlecopter reinforcement that comes to the left-hand side of the map there, it's going to get completely shut down super, super quickly. Very nice move. Unfortunate interrupts on those 2 properties. Those guys were definitely not going to hold long term. As Spidey floods the area, does leave an anti-air open to attack. However, the battlecopter is in position at the moment and there is no anti-air in sight to fend off that battlecopter. Ooh, and that's mostly due to the double artillery builds. I do like the artillery builds though, especially as Jake, you know, you get that +1 range whenever you pop your co-power. So it's not really like the worst thing in the world. Ooh, we are going for some caps here. Ooh, and the anti-air follows up the attack, taking that tank all the way down to 1. That corner is done. That corner is done. It now belongs to CP Warriors. And he's also pushing down south. He's not going to be attacking into that anti-air battlecopter combination, especially when you have no idea what is hidden in the shade, folks. We don't know what's in the shade. We don't want to be going up there. There could be dangerous things. You don't know. You don't know, folks, unless you have a recon on the field. It's very, very difficult to be pushing into the unknown. All right, but Spidey definitely pushing into the unknown here as he brings the recon up and has spotted a very hefty force of enemy units right there. Now, very curious for why these guys are still in the shade, because this is like, he sees all this. Like, there's no forest tiles there. He has full vision of everything. Oh, and going for another property flip. Definitely not going to work, unfortunately, but it's a property flip and it is trying. It's definitely an attempt here. This is a huge push. This is more, I would say this is more of trying to slow down this push over here. It looks like CP Warriors is about to capture that comm tower. Is he going to be a gamer and attack before he captures the comm tower? Or is he going to okay, he captures the comm tower before he attacks. So, you know, he's still a gamer. He's just not like the rest of us, you know. He's not like the rest of us. He's planning ahead. He's capping comm towers before he attacks, you know. But either way, is what it is. Very smart move. Gotta cap those comm towers before. But, you know, true gamers, we don't cap comm towers before we attack. That's what it's all about, folks. Alright, going in for the triple attack. Yeah, the triple attack over here. Sitting pretty on a city. There we go, folks. Okay, bringing the APC back. Gonna get another boosty. Pulling out of the corner. Don't want to be fighting into that. Has the anti-air in position. Now, I believe this is a full block. Full coverage of this entire area. So if this battlecopter decides he wants to be a hero, push in here, well, you got another thing coming, as Judas Priest says, folks. Oh, and he goes in. He's being a hero. He is pushing in. Is it going to seal his fate? We're going to find out very soon here, folks. I believe that copter has just sealed his fate. Yep, 110% fate sealed. Very interesting little turn of events here as well. If CP Warriors decides he wants to, he could pop that normal co-power, get the +1 range, and get some boosted artillery shots, which have great potential to do maximum damage to this tank right here. Now, if we take a quick little gander here, boom, we have an artillery. One of them is on a plains. If we pop a co-power, boom, let's say we're attacking this tank here. As you guys and girls can see at home, that is a 98 to 107% attack. Now, it would almost be worth it to pop the cop just to take out that tank and the battlecopter. Like, we could get massive value out of just doing that and keeping the rest of our units defended. But we will find out very, very soon if that is the play that is going to happen. Especially when Jess has the co-power just out of reach here. Like, one little tiny tap and that co-power is going to come active. But this is a very juicy attack, and this is Like, it could happen. It could happen. You don't know. Beautiful placement of the infantry on the mountain over there in the top corner. That is another thing too. Spidey's done the exact same thing. Get an infantry on that mountain. You have so much intel. You get to see the airport by, and you get to see the base by. Like, you can't ask for anything better than that, folks. That is so much information. All right, are we going to see the cop? Yeah, we are going to see the cop. See, CP Warriors, when I was playing him, did the same thing. He popped the cop on me, and I was like, what? He's popping a cop. He's popping the cop. What's going on here? Oh, going all in, taking out that tank as well, going in to strike an infantry. Ooh, might be a little bit of an overextension there, but I mean, such a juicy target. Such a juicy target. I don't blame him 100% for going in for that attack. Now, it probably isn't actually really that much of an overextension if you think about it. But with Super Co-Power just one tap away, things could get pretty dicey here pretty quick. As we see here, we have the Super Co-Power over here from the Spidy400 series. Now, what can he actually do with the Super Co-Power? He's got 4 units, I think, available for attacks. We definitely have an attack on a tank. We have 1 tank hit. We could take out the tanks. That's about it. I mean, I wouldn't suggest going in any farther than that, really. Anti-air raid here, too, so it's very risky to go in with the battlecopter. But let's see what he manages to do with this little attack. Ooh, recon going in, taking out an infantry. We are going to attack the 1 HP infantry, get the clear on that guy. Ooh, do we go in? Ooh, I think he's gonna leave the artillery alive. I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna go down, he's gonna snipe this guy, and he's gonna go in, take the safe hit on the tank, bring the reinforcement in. I believe that's probably what he's gonna be. Yeah, like 100%. That's like the best move to do. Anti-air moving in, I'm not really too sure about that. We don't really have like another anti-air at the moment. Maybe keep that guy back. But, I mean, this guy is gonna do so much damage to this anyways. I think this is kind of just throwing away an anti-air. This is something that I would probably do. And I tend to throw away units like quite often. Definitely quite often. But, you know, is what it is. It's live league, folks. We live it, we breathe it, we die it. All right. Corner is still looking pretty strong over here from CP Warriors. However, the major fight is just over here on the eastern front. Yeah, just take the safe hits. And that's pretty much it. That's all you gotta do for that turn. Busting out another artillery. Artillery is so flippin' strong and lively. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You get some artillery on the field, and it is just so difficult. So difficult to push somebody with artillery. I mean, you don't think it. Everybody just wants to spam tanks. I love spamming tanks. I'll spam tanks all day. And then somebody will bust out an artillery, and I'll be like, what the heck? What is this guy doing here? What's he doing here? Causing havoc, causing massive havoc. But sometimes this happens to your artillery too, you know. Sometimes they get blown up, sometimes they get beaten up. It's just what happens, folks. But they are still super duper extraordinarily mega strong, folks. Hands down, best indirect unit in the game. You could say Rocket is probably the best indirect unit. You could say Battleship's probably the best indirect unit. But it is definitely the good old classic artillery, folks. Best bang for your buck, 100%. Battlecopter moving in. Both artillery pulling back and getting the clear on a Riki. Going in and getting freaky with a tank. Taking out another infantry. And that is going to be the end of the turn after our buys here, folks. We are not going to be buying anything else because CP Warriors is out of time on day 16. Day 16, folks, and he's out of time. Definitely got to be working on that time management a little bit. It is very difficult to manage your time in live league, folks. It does take a little bit of practice in order to get those moves out super quick. Now, I have noticed lately, especially, there's been a lot of lag happening on site, so maybe that does have something to do with this, but either way, I think CP Warriors is in a very good spot, even if he's low on time, definitely ahead in value, ahead in units, ahead in, well, tied for income, but you know, what I'm trying to say here is he's doing pretty good, Even with 2 minutes on the clock, he might be able to just brawl his way through this entire game and be perfectly fine. Although day 16 with no real definitive lead can definitely go either way still. We see CP Warriors pushing strong over here on the eastern front. Definitely going to be trying to acquire that corner. Has a fantastic foothold on the left-hand side of the map, now pushing over to the right-hand side. What is Spidey going to do in response to this? Is he going to give up the bottom corner of the map and then just push over on the right-hand side? Or on the left-hand side? Bottom right corner, give up, push on the left-hand side. That's what I'm talking about. Is he going to do it, though? It's possible. It's definitely possible. The one thing that's a little bit risky about that is if you push too hard, you leave your lab vulnerable to capture, which, as we know, is an instant win condition for the opponent. You capture that lab, counts as your HQ, and all of a sudden, you are sent to the crying corner because you're not going to be winning that game, folks. Alright, infantry sniped out, second infantry sniped out, and now those properties are primed and ready for capture, folks. Forming a little arty wall to defend against anything that happens to come up, and the wall on the left-hand side of the map here, folks, the Western Hemisphere is looking mighty strong. Would definitely fall if Spidey decided he just wanted to go in and attack that head-on. But is he going to do it? That's the question. All right. I think we're going to do it. I think he's going to go for it. I think he's... Oh, I was hoping he was going to go for it. What was that? A 5 plus a 10? 30k in the bank? What are we going to do? Are we going to bust out the flipping battleship? No, we're going to bust out a transport copter. And a flipping stinky soiled abomination. Ugh. We could have busted out a battleship and been super cool, folks, but we decided to just get stinky over here. Bust out the soiled abomination. The golf ball of stench. It's here. It's on the field. It's ready to go. It's going to be rushing up very, very shortly. Now, it's going to be very effective if it manages to get to the front line, or the front lines of the battlefield here. Definitely no real counter to it on the left-hand side of the map. Definitely have some artillery play on the right-hand side that can work out in you know, Spidey's favor, or on CP Warriors' favor if the Neo-Tank does decide to push that way, but 2 Battlecopters isn't really going to do a whole lot against the Neo-Tank, especially if Spidey now decides to bust out a few anti-airs to follow that up. I think that would be a very nice idea. Oh, just plopping right on the mountain. Yes, please. Popping the turbocharge. Normal co-power plus 1 movement plus 20% firepower, 10% firepower. Either way, it is a lot of firepower, and we are going to town here, folks. Attacking anti-airs, attacking tanks, battlecopters moving in, recons moving in, flipping soiled abominations moving in. And I do not believe that CP Warriors has sights. He does not have sights on the stinky Neo-Tank at the moment, so I think that is fairly safe, although the counterplay from CP Warriors right now using the Super Co-Power, which is being popped right now, I might add, it's going to be pretty good. Definitely have a few attacks that we can do here, folks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 tanks that we can get some play with. Artillery is not going to get any value. These guys could potentially get value. There could be a really, really unfortunate thing that can happen over here for Spidy400 if this recon decides to push in. Even 2 squares up, he's going to spot this battlecopter, and if he spots that battlecopter, we could potentially lose it to this anti-air, which would be absolutely flipping devastating at this moment. This is going to be a super hefty attack right here, folks. 4 HP anti-air on a planes from Jake. Super Co-Power attacking a battlecopter. 70% damage right there from a 4 HP anti-air. See, this is why I say, folks. This is why I say anti-air, at least like 4 HP and up, still 100% super valid. Even 3 HP anti-airs is super good. Actually, just anti-airs in general are just good, you know, but 4 HP, that's like still a sweet spot where you can do plenty of damage to a battlecopter and still live. But if you get any lower than that, you know, you start to run into some problems for sure. However, we don't need to worry about that, folks, because that anti-air just went in and just blew the flipping crud out of that battlecopter, folks. Knocked 6 of them right out of the sky there with that one attack. Alright, and the tanks be moving in, mechs be moving in as well. See, now we're getting some of that mech value. Boom. Ooh, that's kind of a questionable place to put your anti-air. Definitely in range of a few tanks here. Does block it off with the infantry, but is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough to hold against the incomprehensible stench that is about to hit this flipping battlefield, folks? Ooh, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out together, folks. It's going to be something here, folks. It is definitely going to be something. CP Warriors, once again, out of time. Got that super co-power music still going. Neo Tank moving in. Oh, big old 80% damage right there, folks. Like, 100% it's going to happen. Anti-air moving in. Artillery sniping out the flipping anti-air from across the ocean over here. Plus out another tank, battlecopter moving in. Getting vision over here on the mountain. Very nice. Interrupting the capture. And then we are gaming here, folks. Picking up the infantry with the black boat once again. And doesn't push in any farther, though. So that is the end of the attack. We're not going to push in any farther. We're going to keep everything else safe and happy. Safe and happy, folks. That's the way we're going to be keeping this. Now, 7 minutes and 25 seconds to 2 minutes on the clock once again here, folks. CP Warriors didn't actually buy anything last turn because he ran out of time. And I think you all know what that means, folks. With 37,300 funds in the bank, what is he going to buy? Is he going to be stinky and buy a stinky Neo Tank? Or is he going to buy something cool? I don't know. Let's find out together, folks. Now, I would love to see... I would absolutely love to say that, you know, we could bust out a Mega Tank. But unfortunately, a Mega Tank is just a little bit not great on this map. Takes just a little bit too long for it to get to the front lines. He's probably going to bust out the flippin' classiest unit in the sky. That is what I'm talking about, folks. He busts out the bomber. Classy Boy of the Sky is on the field. Tank double infantry. Classy Boy of the Sky. Oh my god. Now we're getting somewhere, folks. This is what it is all about. Battlecopter moves in, takes the engagement. Only takes that copter down to 3 because it is a Jess copter and they are just not built the same as other battlecopters, folks. Now, with the comm tower, they do have base firepower, which is perfectly fine. However, Spidey is about to lose that comm tower, folks. He's about to lose the comm tower. He might be able to flip the other comm tower back in his favor here pretty soon, considering that that front has pretty much fallen. I don't see any way that he's going to be able to stop that, you know. He could potentially slow it down. I don't think that he can stop it unless he gets that Neo Tank out of the flippin' game. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get that Neo Tank out of the game. If he can do that, then we might be okay. But he definitely has units to slow it down for at least like 2 more turns. I think Spidey needs about 2 turns, then he can clear all the units necessary, and then he can get in there and do the capture. Does have the transport copter now, which is super nice. That's been very, very effective at funneling units all over the map. It's going to be super effective at just getting them super, super quick to the corner and capping that comm tower or the properties. At this moment, I would say that comm tower is definitely pretty important. You kind of need the firepower, but income is also super important when it comes to live league, especially when you're on day 22 and it has a 30-day limit, and by day 31 whoever has the most properties is deemed the winner, folks. So Considering this one, it looks like CP Warriors has 2 comm towers plus 2 properties, so he is ahead by 4 properties in total. Spidey needs to flip the comm tower and at least 1 property in order to level the game, level the playing field. Or he could just potentially cap that lab and just win outright. If he can get there, folks, that's what he needs to do. He needs to get there. That's the most important thing. If he can get to that point, then, you know, things might be pretty good. Oh, and the tank snipes out the anti-air. Only anti-air available over there on that side. If this Neo tank doesn't watch out, folks, oh, we are going to be getting some flipping classy action over here, folks. A classy action lawsuit is going to be applied to that flipping Neo tank for the stench it's been bringing to this battlefield, folks. Everybody is entitled to compensation. We all going to be refunded at least 1,000 advance worth bucks. It's going to be great. Oh, are we in range? I have to check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Classy action lawsuit, folks. Oh my god, and it has vision. And CP Warriors has vision because it's actually on one of his cities, folks. Now, this is a pretty well-known fact when it comes to Advance Wars by web, or Advance Wars in general, but when it comes to Fog of War, if you own a property, you can see whatever is sitting on that property. Pretty standard information when it comes to Advance Wars by web, but just thought I would mention it either way, because that Neo tank is a sitting duck, and it is going to get smacked to smithereens here, folks. Oh, and it's going to be planes boosted. Oh my god, and it could potentially be super co-power boosted if we got a super co-power. I don't think we're going to get a super co-power though, folks. We need at least, what is this, like 10.2. We need 10.2k in order to get the super. So unless we're going to like full yeet over here, which is probably not a great idea, I wouldn't suggest going for that. But this one little attack right here, yeah, I think that could be pretty cool. I think we should definitely consider going for this juicy little attack. Yes. Stupid Neo tanks. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, Spidey. No disrespect. I love you, buddy. Neo tanks. Get them off the field. We haven't even seen a single classy boy aside from the classy boy of the sky, which I am very thrilled about, folks. You know, I'm not just about medium tanks. I love all units, except for the stinky Neo tank. But you know, Neo tanks have their place in the world, and their place is high funds. Gotta bust out the stinky boys in high funds. Oh, and we got a fighter. Okay, all right, Spidey. Jess fighter on the field. It is primed and ready to go. Is it going to be able to counter our dear friend, the classy boy of the sky? Or is CP Warriors going to get away scot-free? Gonna find out. Gonna find out soon, folks. Ooh. Got a flip right there. That is 19-16 now over here on day at 25. Spidey does still have potential to flip some properties, but is it going to be enough, and is he going to get them in time? Now, I think Spidey is going to just have to, like on this turn, Spidey has to full send this, folks. He's got to pop the super co-power, and he has got to go all in. If he goes all in, there is some potential that he might be able to even out this game. But it's got to happen. It's got to happen now. There's pretty much no other opportunity to do it except for now. So is Spidy400 going to pop that super? I certainly hope so. But he might not. He might wait. Nah, he's going to wait. Oh, he pops the overdrive. Oh, but we wasted a tank movement. Oh, no. Alright, well, we wasted a tank movement, but we're popping overdrive, and we're taking out quite a few units. Yeah, that's almost the entire indirect line right there, folks. Going in for 2 more additional tank strikes. Fighter is moving in. Brings the fighter over to the eastern part of the map, which is okay. I guess he's, more than anything, I think he's probably trying to keep it out of any potential anti-air range, which is pretty smart, you know. But I just really hope that it's going to be in range of the fighter when it happens to, or the bomber when it happens to show up, you know. So CP Warriors pops the Super Co power, fires back with a pretty devastating attack right here. Doesn't really have anything else to follow up the attack with. Leaves the bomber in the front of his army with a unknown fighter off in the shade. This is going to be a good one, folks. This is going to be a nice little schmack. 90% damage because Jess just unfortunately does not have that firepower. But the nice thing about this attack is we stopped the captures and we did a pretty hefty chunk of damage to CP Warriors' army. CP Warriors did fire back, but it wasn't really a huge fire back. Now it really just depends. It really just depends on if Spidey can now flip these two properties, which it looks like he's going to be able to. Day 27, like, he should be able to flip these properties. Like, I think he's going to be able to flip the properties, which might be super good. Now, how many days, though? This is at 15, so 27, he'll be at 10. 28, he'll be at 9, or 5. And then 29... he'll be at 0, I think. Yeah, he should be able to get that property. Ooh. Okay. Oh, no. CP. He busts out the Neo. Yeah. Gross. Even after he took the attack on the fighter, too. Like, another bomber probably would have been pretty good, but, whatever. You know what? It's smelly. Battlefield has gotten atrociously smelly over the course of this map. 2 Neo tanks, too many. It's not like the most Neo tanks we've ever seen in a game, but either way, good build though. You know, good build. It's gonna get to the front line probably just in time to attack like one thing. So you got to make it count. That's what you got to do, folks. Got to make it count. 6. Okay, so. Yeah, this is going through. CP, he's got it. Brings the bomber over. Gets healed with the black boats. Fighter is gone now. Or not gone, but it's at 2 HP. And we are... Okay, we flip the property. Bring all the units again. Ooh. Okay, this is getting like a little bit super tense here, folks. I mean, I don't think this is going to hold. But I'm more afraid of these right here. Like, we have to join cap, like, right now. Definitely cap, then join cap. Finish capping this. Yep, that's one thing. Definitely join cap. Oh, Spidey, I'm certainly hope that you're gonna join cap. Oh, get the join cap. Get that join cappage. See, this is super smart, too. Targeting all the infantry. That's what you gotta do. He didn't join cap. No. Oh, man. Why would you not join cap? You gotta join cap, folks. Especially when you're on day 29. Like, you need that capture. Like, 100%. You don't know what's in the shade. You don't know what he's gonna bring at you. And you see the bomber. Oh, it's not in range. Okay, so that's fine. So he's gonna get the cap. Oh my god, I thought the bomber was in range. I still probably would have joined cap. I would have been afraid. Like, hands down, I would have been completely spooked. We still have fresh infantry, and that is a fresh infantry that is capping that property right now. Oh my god. And do we have anything? Oh no, the T-copter blocks. Oh, we flipped the property. CP is still ahead by 1. He's still ahead by 1. Where did he get the property? Where's the property that he's ahead by 1 with? I don't know. I don't know where it is, folks, but he's got one, and he's ahead by 1 somehow. Alright, well, we're not going to worry about it. So, because unless we can stop this cap anyways, I mean, this game is basically over. No, day 29. We are gonna. Oh, we're gonna surround. We're gonna surround it using the super to surround. Okay, we're gonna go for one more flip. Isn't gonna be possible. 17 to 17. Maybe that was just a glitch. Maybe he did actually have even properties. So CP Warriors is gonna cap this property, and then he needs to interrupt the property. Like, if he can interrupt the property somehow, then he'll win. Just hands down on the last day. Like, is he gonna be able to? Can he get it? Is this guy in range? He's not in range. Can we find a way? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but we're gonna see. There is actually there's definitely one possibility here that I can see where it might be possible to flip this, but it's gonna be very dependent on a couple moves here. So I think what needs to happen, well, one thing we need to get, actually, oh, we don't even really need to do anything too crafty. We just need to bring this tank in and attack this. Bring the tank in, attack this. We get sights on this, which means when we move in with infantry, take the shot, follow up with a healed 4 HP bomber, take that shot. That tile becomes open, then we can get the shot right there. Is that what's gonna happen, or is he gonna like do something else? Did he already have vision? Oh, he moved the recon in. Okay, even better. Even better. Moves in, gets the interrupt, and that is a GG right there, folks. 100% GG. I do not see anything else needing to happen, because it is now day 30, very last day of the game. Double APC build. And we don't actually get the end screen. We don't get the end screen, folks. So we will just close the replay. And we can see here, Spidey on day 30 has fallen to CP Warriors. What an absolutely crazy match between these two. That was such a back and forth match. And there was some super real potential at the end here for that flip. Unfortunately for Spidy400, CP Warriors spotted a way to break the line, got in there, and took the shot. And most importantly, it was the classy boy of the sky that allowed for all this to happen. So the most important thing to remember about this match, folks, is Neotanks are stinky and classy boys of the sky are beautiful, majestic beasts. Hopefully you all enjoyed this one today. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.